there is a movement right now to desensitize the world to the sexualization of children.
So, Tim, you worked with the CIA and then spent over a decade working as a special agent for the Department of Homeland Security, where you were deployed as an undercover operative. What made you leave your job to go about this work of saving children from the unthinkable?
Well, first, when I started in this work, we were still figuring out what was going on. We were part of the first kind of child crimes units when the Internet Crimes Against Children task forces were being formed in the early 2000s. And so we were kind of on the front lines of this. And the more we dug, the more we realized how much of the child exploitation was happening overseas. But we were the demand. We were the recipients of the child sex material. We were the sex tourists, meaning Americans. We're the number one demand. And so in 2006, the laws changed with the passage of the Adam Walsh Child Protect Act. And what that act did was it opened the doors for the first time for U.S. agents to go overseas to look for our American pedophiles. And the idea being, if we catch them there, their inhibitions are down because they think they're going to get away with it. Well, then we'll track them back and find the kids who they're hurting here at home. So they sent me out undercover to start infiltrating child trafficking and child exploitation rings overseas. But if I couldn't find the American, and I only had a limited time, the budget only allowed so much time, then I had to come home. But the problem is, the unintended consequence of coming home is that I had made myself the bait. So I was the one with the relationship with the bad guys. And if I come home, we won't rescue those 15, 20, maybe more children who we are looking for. And the reason I had to come home again, because there's no U.S. nexus. And so the host government would say, can you please stay? Don't leave. And I'd have to leave. And so I was working two cases in 2013 where this was the case. One was in Colombia, one was in Haiti. And I just got too deep. And I couldn't come home. And I didn't know what else to do. I told my wife, I said, if I leave, there's going to be a huge loss in this operation, and children won't be rescued. And my wife is much more faithful, much more stable, I think, emotionally, spiritually, in every way. And she's just like, well, this is an easy answer. You quit your job and we'll just figure it out. And that was not easy for me, being that at the time we had 6 children and very little savings. But we knew it was the right thing to do. So we literally quit in 2013 to address these two cases, one in Haiti, one in Colombia, both of which yielded, dozens of rescues. In one case, in Colombia case, we had over 120 victims who we were able to rescue in that operation. And then in Haiti, it was 28 children, 2 of which we ended up adopting, who were also being sold. So that was the beginning of it. And then we thought, well, it worked. There is a place for the privatization of these kind of operations. And then we just grew from there, created Operation Underground Railroad. And today we're in 26 countries. We've been able to help in the rescue of over 4,000 victims, most of which are children, and 2,500 arrests. So, and still growing. So that's kind of, in a nutshell, the story of why we do what we do and why we created this foundation.